Did Sackboy Big Adventure flop? See, this is a game that I absolutely love, and it's taken 6 years in between Sackboy titles. Now, I really hope we don't have to wait another 6. So, we really just need this game to succeed, whether you're on board for the lack of a create mode or not. I personally think it was not the right move, but it was a okay move because the game is still so good in my opinion. You can check out my review on it, by the way, if you want to hear my full thoughts on it. But it's just a great game, so I really hope it succeeds, not only for this kind of series they might go with in the future, but Sackboy as a whole. Because if this game doesn't sell well, then he's not really going to be considered a mascot of Sony anymore. He's going to be left to the dust. Because after Little Big Planet 3, they just put the series on hiatus until the PS5 launched. It's been in between generations. It's been a full generation in between games because the Little Big Planet 3 came out right at the time of the PS4 and the PS3. That's why it was cross-platform, by the way, or cross-gen, I mean. And then with this PS5 title, it's also cross-gen. It's PS4 and PS5. So really, it's been such a long period. I don't want to have to wait that again. Now, we don't have too much to go off, though, sales figures-wise. We really only have a couple of sources. We have the UK and Japan physical sales charts, and that's it. Also, I guess we could take a look at the amount of views and exposure this game has gotten on YouTube or other platforms, because that might help bring to light how much representation this game has gotten online, which is a key factor to any game success, by the way. But starting right up, let's go with the UK Week 46 charts. Okay, so here it's ranked 13, and that is kind of abysmal because they give some estimated sales numbers, right, for other games, and this would have to be ridiculously low, and that's very depressing at first. But when you keep in mind that this was during a week, right, that the PS5 came out. So it's barely out. It's barely on any real exposure on the market because nobody can get a PS5 at this point. So the only people who are getting this game are people who have a PS4 and want to get it, or people that have a PS5, which is very, very few. And most people are probably going to wait till the PS5, but I'm not too sure. Also, this is a game that you don't really have to get at launch. Do you know what I mean? It's not like an online game you want to get it right away or something. There's no bonus. There's nothing. So the only people getting it right away are the people excited, and this is only UK. I'm sure there's tons of US players for the Sackboy market. But then if we go to Japan, it's also quite low. It's very low. So, what is happening here? Why is it so low when it's supposed to be this big PS5 launch game? Well, for a few reasons. One, this is Japan and UK. It's not the entire game. Two, this is retail, not digital. See, it's physical copies, and who really wants to go out now to get a physical copy? And it just doesn't really make any sense to really judge this as your primary reason for this game not doing well, as your primary source. Thirdly, and this is kind of a disappointment, and this is kind of probably a big reason for this, is that it's being overshadowed. See, Demon Souls and Miles Morales and the Spider-Man remaster came out, and Astro's Playroom, a free 3D platformer on your PS5 that has honestly gotten more brand recognition than Sackboy recently. So really, I think those games are overshadowing this because here's this $60 PS5 game, and then you already have, I already got a free 3D cute platformer. And then, I'm going to go play Demon Souls for 30 hours. Or I'm going to go play Miles Morales or the new Spider-Man remaster that comes with it for the Ultimate Edition. There's so many reasons just to put this on hold right now, and unfortunately, it's being overshadowed. I almost wish they kind of waited to release it. But then again, since it's at launch, probably people are just going to be like, oh, well, I'll just pick it up. It's at launch. So it's really kind of this dilemma. I'd say if Demon Souls wasn't there, or Miles Morales, I would say, yeah, definitely, it won't be that overshadowed. But since you have both of them appealing to two different demographics, and the same demographics also, it's kind of overlapping. So there's no real... Everyone's just putting this game on hold. They're throwing it to the side, which I think is a real shame because I really love this game. It's a great title. But then again, it's just UK and Japan. We really have to wait until we get hard numbers in the US and other retail places after Christmas. Within these next few weeks here. We just have to find out then because that's what's going to tell us. Now then I think lastly, we can take a look at the YouTube views on this game, and yeah, this is pretty bad. 2.1 million views. Now, obviously, views don't equate to sales figures or how good this game is going to do, but it is a clear indicator on how much exposure this game is going to get to online and how much representation it's going to have there. 2.1 million views for an announcement trailer of a game, of a series that hasn't had a game in 6 years that supposedly fans have been craving for, and there are tons of fans. That's not good at all. See, it's really just kind of weird because I thought more people would be really excited about this, and people are, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like the people excited for this game are people who played LBP and nobody else. And that number who are really into LBP is slowly and slowly dwindling, and it has been over these past 6 years. So really, 2.1 million views for this game and for an announcement trailer is nothing, especially the announcement trailer that came out like in June. It's ridiculous, really. So that's not too much of an indicator, though, because I also think most people buying this are probably kids, to be honest. I feel like it could have done better. It could have done more views, and it should have been, especially since it was announced at like that PS5 game showcase thing, and it should have done better there, like especially since, you know, it was like one of the big things there. And then lastly, real quick, according to GameStat.com, let's take a look at how many PS4 and PS5 players there are. So here it says there are 21,000 players playing Sackboy: Big Adventure on the PS4. They don't exactly give PS5 numbers, but from this we can kind of understand that's not a lot. I'm sure it's probably more than that because they can't accurately track this, but it's still not as much as it should be, because if you look at something like Run Sackboy Run, it's got 1.2 million total players, and that's Run Sackboy Run. Or Sackboy's Prehistoric Moves has 550,000 on the PS3, and I don't know how much this has been updated. It says here that it's been from November 19th. So, yeah, clearly there's going to be a much greater margin, and this is on the PS4, not the PS5, where most people are going to get this game. So, really, what I'm trying to convey here with this entire video is that it's too early to know if Sackboy: Big Adventure flopped, but there are some clear indicators that financially and, like, sales-wise, it's not doing too hot. That's going to be my prediction. It won't do good. And that's going to be a big bummer. It's already an underrated gem on the PS5. People are overlooking it. They're dismissing it as just another, like, oh, I might check it out, whatever. But it really should and needs to do better for the future of the series. And I sincerely hope it does.